Hey.
See rolling? Everybody's rolling out there, Martin. You do that well here. This is great. What was your first music lesson, Ed? First official music lesson, like a real teacher.
I actually don't remember taking lessons in Holland, but I know I did. I was just too young to remember.
How old were you in Holland?
Well, I mean, I was born there and lived there till I was 7 when we left. But when did I start playing piano? When I was 4 or 5?
Yeah, you were right behind me.
Yeah.
Did your dad have specific ambitions for you guys? You know, some dads say you're going to be a baseball player, and others say you're going to. Did he have a specific vision that you were going to music?
It was my mom who cracked the whip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you're gonna follow your dad's footsteps, it better be respectable, and you're gonna play classical piano. She cracked the whip.
Where's your mom from?
Indonesia.
That's interesting. I'm going to ask questions I already know some of the answers to. How does your Dutch dad find his way to an Indonesian mom?
Traveling the world, playing music.
In Indonesia?
Oh, yeah.
Have you fellas been back there, Al?
No.
Never?
No.
You speak Dutch?
Yes. No Indonesian, except a few cuss words.
Your mom spoke Dutch as well? Share with us.
Our pop went over to Indonesia on a 6-week radio contract, which turned into 6 years. He loved the tropics. You know, he couldn't get enough.
I've always said if the tour is good, it takes 4 weeks. If it's great, 9.
And they got married, and then the government became destabilized, and they threw all the colonialists out. You know,
Indonesia was a Dutch province at the time.
What was her background? She have where'd she come from? What kind of neighborhood? What part of the country?
The family is...
What's that mean?
That was the town where she was born. You know, it's like along the riverbanks. Total, you know, like a hut.
Oh, okay, because my dad and my uncles come from rural Newcastle, Indiana, and during the Depression, you'll see pictures of me in bib overalls learning to tie my shoe. It's really way like farmer. Oh, yeah. My grandparents sold beer to the farmers by the pail for 4 cents during the Depression, okay? Mom was from Chicago, she was the valedictorian, she was the actress, she was the one who made the dedications during the holidays, so forth. She was the one you picked to be able to read out loud for the kids. She was the one who took me to all of the free dress rehearsals, every free museum opening. Dad was in school. You follow. So it's interesting. Yeah. But your mom came from a kind of a rural background, huh?
But she ended up working in an office, which is an accomplishment for in a country where it's colonialized. You know, there's a definite hierarchy. You know, it's kind of like the old English system of caste, the caste system. Well, in Indonesia, it was because the colonialists own and run everything. Then you're lucky if you get to work side by side with them and be in an office type setting. So it was important to her that we were educated and that we maximized, our opportunities. But the education to her was always the most important. And
I remember
something respectable.
Yeah.
Period.
I remember coming over to your house sort of right after high school, and she clearly was the whip in the family. I see it in your faces when you. No, really, she was the one that we had to check in with, as to what time we were leaving, what time the gear would be coming back, and where we were playing. And
it's funny, though, as much as my mom cracked the whip, my father was more of a musical influence than my mom's cracking the whip. I mean, my dad kind of played along, but my dad's musical presence in the family. Like holiday time, playing classical music.
Your mom didn't seem to have any musical presence. No. She was all about do your homework and what time.
Well,
but your dad is the spirit of this band.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So my mom.
Am I inaccurate with that?
Yeah. No, you're right on the money. Yeah.
He used to quote all the classic fellas. Chopin was the one he would routinely say. You follow. So when you came to the United States, you guys take like actual lessons?
Stanley Kalvaitis.
Yeah, he was Kalvaitis, Lithuanian
He
that my mom and dad found. He was, very much European. So
Russian.
came over here, and it was the same thing continued.
And he taught you what, Ed?
Well, he didn't teach me much.
What did he try to teach?
I fooled him for years. He thought I could read, and I never learned how to read. I was just very lucky that I was blessed with a good pair of ears. That he always used to wonder, go, why are you watching my fingers? Why aren't you watching the sheet music? Turn the page for me. I go, I don't know when to turn the page. But I'd watch his fingers and ask him to play it a few times, and I would learn by ear.
And you started on the piano.
Yeah.
You think that had direct impact on how you play guitar?
I think it had a direct impact on everything. Actually, because from piano, I went to drums. And, the percussiveness of piano is very drum-like.
You were playing on the guitar is very drum-like as well. That dum-dum-dum-dum is inherent in the style,
the
isn't it?
Guitar is actually my third instrument. I started off on piano, then went to drums.
And I hear those drums in the way you play guitar.
Yeah.
What about you, Al? When you got here to the United States, you started off playing piano as well?
Yeah, piano was the
We both had to.
was the foundation for everything.
Did you actually enjoy it?
No, not really. It was a tool to be able
I loved
to get...
playing saxophone. The first song I learned was I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Man, that delivered every time. I felt it. I felt it now.
No, Ed and I played violin.
Very few people enjoy their piano experience, but value it like platinum later in life.
Yeah.
You didn't enjoy it either, huh?
No. It was
Is that because of the teacher or because
No, it was very
of the
competitive.
instrument?
It was extremely competitive, and it got to the point we were taking lessons in San Pedro. It was quite a schlep, and we couldn't do it anymore. The folks were working, we got things, and then he says to us, if you come down here on the weekends, I will teach you for free. So now you're obligated, it creates a very strange guilt kind of a trip. He's doing it for free, so we better do that. At the same time, you hate having your Saturdays ruined because you got to go to San Pedro to take piano lessons.
And it ended up that you ended up practicing one piece of music to enter this annual contest at Long Beach City College.
What year was this, Ed?
68. 68, yeah.
Around that time.
68, 69 would be what grade in junior high school? About
15 or 16 years
for
old.
me, it would be about 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
Right about there. You about
I was
9th?
a little younger than that, because I was like 12, I think, when I stopped doing it. It was 8, 9, 10, 11.
Then I was driving early.
12 would be about
Yeah, you were driving early.
1967, right around. What did you say?
So then I was driving early.
You're right, I wasn't driving yet.
I remember being hammered in these contests. Not hammered as in, forced to do these annual contests, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12 years old. And I actually won first prize every year.
Oh, you won first prize each time, huh?
Without knowing how to read, which is funny.
Which is very rock and roll.
Well, it's very funny because the judges' comments would be very interesting interpretation. I'm going, shit, I thought I played it right.
Tonight on History for All the Wrong Reasons.
But this shows you who knows exactly what Beethoven or Mozart meant by vivace, how happy, how fast. It's all open interpretation.